Okay, gonna be rough right here. Me carrying this. I wanted to show you my setup. This is pinnacle that I made. These are for Aiden and Brittany. So this is the working I'm going to do tonight. And there's another altar tile I made for healing. I wanted to show you. This is a simple flower pot that I painted. If you want to do this, get some gesso, G-E-S-S-O. You can get it at Walmart. And you paint it with that first. It usually comes in white or black. And then paint whatever design you want to paint on it. I've got the owl for obvious reasons and keys. Let's see, get around the other side. There's other symbols. So anyway, you can take that, put dirt in it. You want to cover the hole in the bottom. I'm probably covering up the speaker. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. Having issues. You know how it goes. So I'm not sure what all I've showed you, when it cut off. Very frustrating. But anyway, this is the work that I'll be doing tonight. This is the Wheel of the Year I made. This is facing south. And there's our beautiful moon. She's not quite full yet, but we're supposed to have rain for like the next 6 or 7 days. So if that happens, I'm not going to be able to be outside to do anything. So I figured I'd jump on this and try to get this done now. These are the lights that I've put up to brighten things up a little bit out here. And let's see. Over here, got my porch straight. There's Nana. Shadow's over here somewhere. And I was saying before this crazy phone kicked off, these are my candles I got from Dollar Tree that I painted, and I've turned them into the chakra candles, basically. The color scheme for the chakras. I've got to work on this wick here because it's not staying lit. I'm gonna have to get it to where I can melt it some more and get to the wick more. But yeah, I'm going to do this tonight. I'm doing a working for Aiden, Anna, and Brittany. And anyone that would want to send Brittany some healing energy would be really good too. She really needs it. And everybody needs a little oomph. So to me, that's what it's all about. We're supposed to reach out and help each other, you know. That's just the way I am. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take these little solar lights and I'm going to put them over here and see if it adds enough light. Maybe you'll be able to see me a little better. Now, I don't know if the phone cut off before. I was going to show you again. This is the healing tile that I made. Let's see if I can get up. Find a light and it might show it. Okay, here we go. Healing. Okay, and on the other side, it's going to be the spell. This is what I will be doing. Okay. So I'm doing little sections here, so I'll have to put them all together before I upload this, so bear with me. It's choppy because the stupid phone for some reason keeps cutting off. I don't know why. It's fully charged. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to stop this and get ready to go. I'm going to get things ready. See what happens when I fire this up. Get my other lighter. Turn it back up. I'm going to be lighting some full moon, cone incense, and myrrh. Pause this. She just got home from work, so I'll start this up again in a minute. I wanted to get a decent shot of the moon directly south right now from where I'm standing. Almost full. As I said before, I think the camera cut off, but supposed to have a whole lot of rain the next week, so I'm around because I busted tail to get all this done so I could do this tonight. Okay, I am going to get this done now. Fire is jumping out of the pit. Let me fix this and then we'll get started. Okay. Alright, I'm going to tell you guys as I get this going. Peekaboo. See if I can sit down here in my swing. Healing. This is a shaker jar. I got all kinds of goodies in here. This one is for Sunshine State Witch, Brittany. She has a serious issue. She needs serious work. So I've already done the uncrossing and all of that. And this is the healing part that I'm doing now in the circle with the fire, with the elements. And then I'm going to read the spell that I wrote. And I'll do that for each one. Now, the other two, Aiden, Anna, I did the packets like I showed you guys in the last video. And I'm going to burn that for them. And if anybody wants me to do workings like this for them, just let me know. It's hot. I'm catching my breath. Got my fan. Cooling off, because especially with that fire, it is very humid out here tonight. But I'm going to get started on this, focus on this. I may fast forward this if I can figure out how to do it, because I'm sure it's going to be boring for you just watching me do this. Candles lit. This I'm going to put on my altar in the house, and I will shake it every day and do the same thing for the next 7 days. Okay. I am going to blow my candles out. I'll be right back. Turn this around. Watch my old lady butt stumbling around here. Get these up here. Now, I'll tell you what you do. If you've got incense burning, stick incense. I grabbed the wrong incense and the tip of my finger. But, there you go. Just take the end of it and just push the wick over into the melted wax and it'll snuff it out. Okay. I have no idea how long this is going to turn out being, since I've had to stop and start so many times. My crazy phone, for some reason, being goofy. Okay. Oh, at least you can see me over here. And I even put on just a tiny bit of makeup for you. But it is hot out here. It's humid. It's supposed to be raining for the next week, like I said. So I'm kind of getting a little ahead of it on the full moon thing, but that's fine. Like Crimson Fire says, you can call on that energy. It exists. It exists. It's in the ether. It exists. Full moon energy exists. You know, new moon, all of it. And it's beautiful. She is so beautiful. But I wanted to show you some of the things that I've made, that I've done. That the healing thing that I did is so that I've got that right there real handy. And I've charged it with healing energy. I've called in as much healing energy as I can ongoing. The flower pot. Anybody can do that. If you can't draw at all, that's fine. You can hot glue a picture on the outside, whatever. Just cover the hole in the bottom, and you can use it like a fire pit inside. Just do a little fire with the tea lights, just small candles. It's an option. Just make sure that you're always safe. Never, ever, ever, ever leave anything burning unattended, whether it's a fire pit, whether it's candles, whatever, because you never know what could happen. I've got little lizards under the porch. You know, if I walked off, one of them could decide to skitter across the railing and knock a candle over, and then I really got a mess. On the side, the right side of my altar, I have a cat litter jug, empty of course, rinsed out, and now filled with water. It's sitting there just in case my fire pit decides to get wonky and go out of control. So I've got some water I've got that I can douse it out. You always have to think ahead. Plan for every eventuality as much as you can. And I'm leaving this choppy for a reason too. Like when Melissa came home, I stopped, talked to her for a minute, cut up with her, and then she went in. This is real life. This is not staged. This is what every one of us goes through. You know, when I'm coming back into this, I've been away for a year, really, just popping in every now and then. And I've seen something that's a little disturbing to me. I mean, it is what it is, but most of the people that were coming up in my YouTube feed, they didn't seem real. They seemed like, I don't know, let me say corporate witches. It's like maybe some supplier is paying some people to act like they're witches and do all this stuff, and it's just like the way their videos are, it's not legit. It's not the way all of our stuff has always been. You know, people at home really doing all this stuff. It's all polished, and it's just too polished. I don't know. It's something jarring about it to me, and it could just be me. Not putting it down. I'm just saying that just didn't. I'm not vibing with that. You know, I like real. I want to see the mistakes and the screw-ups, because we're all human and we all have. Just like a few minutes ago, I walked over there. I singed my fingers. I went to grab the incense, and I was too close to the end because it's dark and I couldn't see real good. And I went, I turned loose real quick, leaving it in there because I'm human and we all do stuff like that. Every one of us has done that. Ever spilled wax where you didn't want to get it? It's just all kinds of things happen. So I left that in there for a reason. Being real. I like being real. I like people who are real, who really share their truth and are honest, and it's from the heart. Not hateful, not mean, but from the heart. But I'm trying to share the things I've done and that I've found that work for me. So I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. See, for me, that wreck last year really did a number here. And like I've said in a previous video, I couldn't do anything. I was doing good to get through day to day to day. I had to pull it together just enough to go get the shopping done and to do what little bit I could around the house. I was absolutely knocked on my butt, and I think it was absolutely emotional overload because I was still grieving about my mama. You know, she's been gone 3 years at that point too, so you don't just jump past that. You just don't. And I love my mom with all my heart. We had a lot of issues, you know, good, bad, whatever. Everybody does with their mom, I guess. Some people are blessed with a perfect relationship, but I think that's kind of rare. But we had our issues, and it's taken me all that time. I was just starting to work through a lot of that stuff, and then that happened. And like I've said before, it kept going in my head over and over, Lady Grave Dancer, that video she did about witches who don't witch. And I had a lot of guilt about it. And I'm not blaming her because, I mean, she didn't do it. She made a real good point. It's a very good point. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes our human limitations kick in. And that's what happened to me. It all just piled up on me. Losing my mama, and everything was on my shoulders. I'm trying to fill her shoes, and the stress and me being so sick and trying to get myself stable with this, with the diabetes, the thyroid, the high blood pressure. And my nerves were already kind of bad, you know, not horrible bad, but, you know, not great. But then that happened, and it just sent me for a loop. It really did. And I couldn't, which Aiden could tell you. He talked to me on the phone, and he knew I was scattered, and I'd tell him I was going to call him back, and I couldn't. And I love Aiden so much, guys. I couldn't even tell you how much that I love that guy. He's a sweetheart to me. I just adore him. And it made me feel so guilty. But I'd get busy with this, that, or the other, and I was scattered. I think they call it brain fog. When you're under so much stress, and I was battling major depression, and I've literally got post-traumatic stress. I literally will have flashbacks. And it's very scary when it happens. And it's been a real struggle for me to get back from that. I'm getting better. I'm doing a lot better. And the pain in my neck and shoulders has eased. It's still there, but it's not as bad as it was. Man, it was awful. Just awful. I'd get up every morning in tears, bawling because I couldn't hardly move. And, you know, it still hurts, but, I mean, maybe I just got used to it. I don't know. But anyway, the reason I'm saying all that is I want to encourage anyone watching this to just be yourself. Whatever your path is, maybe you're going more into Egyptian stuff. Maybe you're drawn to hoodoo. Maybe you're drawn to Wicca. Maybe you feel more comfortable being a Christian witch. I'm not going to judge you. Anybody that does needs a reality check. As far as the Christian witch thing, I know there's people that freak out. I don't, because several things here. Number one, every holiday that the church has, they originally Christianized the pagan holiday. And they've built many of the churches, primarily in Europe, throughout Europe, they've built their churches on wherever the pagan sites were. They co-opted them. They took it over. Took that power site over for themselves. In addition, in order to survive, many people of various different belief systems would pretend to be a churchie. They'd go to church. They do all the rites. They do the mass. And then they'd go home and do their thing behind closed doors, and they might incorporate the Christian things. On top of all that, if you do the research and go way back, before Christ, into the origins of Judaism, They were pagan. They were polytheistic. They had numerous gods. They just started whittling it down over time to get it down to the one. They got rid of God's wife, Asherah, you know. But we don't want to talk about that. I'm just saying that to put things in perspective. Everybody is walking their path. Their path may not be yours. I honor Christ in memory of my mother and in honor of having spent a large part of my life in the church years and years ago. And the research I did just turned me off and I walked away. I'm not going to judge somebody that walks that path. That's their path to walk. My issue is with leaders that damn well know a lot of stuff they're telling people is, frankly, bullshit. Okay? We might talk about that another time. But right now, I just want to put that out there for people to take a breath. Relax. Be yourself. You don't have to tell anybody. Let me tell you something. Whatever your path is, it's nobody else's damn business but your own. It's not their business. How you do you is your business. I'm on YouTube. I love sharing. I love learning from other people. It's fine. It's great. It's wonderful. It's awesome. And there are people that come along every so often and want to jump on you because you said this or you said that. They twist what you said, whatever. Well, thank you for sharing your opinion. Okay. You know, that's one thing my mama told me. It was absolutely true. It takes two to argue. I don't see the point in arguing. That's your opinion. Okay. Thanks for telling me. Blessed be. See ya. You know? Life is too short. I've lost too many people in my family to have any desire to waste time in arguing and fussing and fighting. I don't want any part of any conflict. I don't. My nerves are iffy. I've had too many hits in the past few years. Way too many. Throughout my life even. And I don't know what lessons. I know some lessons that I think I'm here to learn. Don't know them all yet. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So are you. So, anyway, I wanted to do this and show what I was doing. Not for attention or anything, but to share what I have found that works and to connect with other people and to share my heart, because that's what I do. We're living through some really chaotic times, filled with a lot of hate and negative energy. And it breaks my heart. It really does. There's so much hate. Oh my goodness, there's so much hate. And I've had my share, and I've worked through it, releasing and releasing and releasing. It's hard when you try to let go and move on, and then somebody does something else stupid. It causes people to die and hurts people, you know. And I'm a soft-hearted person. And I wouldn't want to hurt anybody for anything. I really wouldn't. But it is what it is. And for me, this is a spiritual walk for me. This means something to me. What I did tonight was from the heart. Because I actually, genuinely care. I care about you. Whether I know you or not, I do care. Because you're part of me, and I'm part of you. To me, the ultimate truth is we're all divine sparks of the divine flame, of divine mind, manifesting in me, in you, in my dog, all around you. To all the people you love, to your family, to your friends, people you don't know. And maybe there's some manifestations we're not too crazy about, but they have a reason for being here. They've got their lessons to learn. But I just, for me, it's important to focus on the spiritual and to being a better me every day. That's my goal, to be a better me every day. I don't always make it, but I try. So anyway, I've gone on enough, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Um, feel free to share in your comments below your thoughts on rituals and stuff that you do. And if you'd like me to do something like this in the future, it's going to be a little while because we got to get through the rain. It's supposed to come in this week. So, oh my goodness, it's cooled off finally. I think I'm going to get them out here and we're going to roast us some marshmallows. I'll stir the fire up again, and now we're just going to have a little family time with me, my son, and his girlfriend. I love you guys. Big hugs. Be blessed in everything you do, and walk in love as much as possible. Love you. Blessed be. See you in the next video.